Fascinating Frontiers, Episode 94. It's June 7th, 2026. Here's what's happening in space and science today. Looking back at 7 episodes from 2026, June 1st to 2026, June 7th, the stories that mattered, what we learned, and what to watch next. Data from an Indian lunar orbiter show signatures consistent with water ice in permanently shadowed regions near the moon's poles. The detection adds to earlier findings from other missions and helps refine target sites for future surface operations. Instruments measured reflected light and thermal properties that distinguish ice from dry regolith. Next steps include higher resolution mapping to confirm extent and accessibility. This work supports ongoing target selection for robotic exploration and Artemis continuity. From mapping resources on the moon, we turn to whether similar ice-covered oceans elsewhere might support life. Researchers are developing an ecology-based approach to assess whether subsurface oceans on Enceladus and Europa could support life without direct sampling. The technique models how chemical energy flows through hypothetical ecosystems beneath the ice. This directly addresses open questions on ocean world biosignatures tracked in the robotic exploration arc. The method evaluates habitability by tracking energy availability rather than requiring physical samples from the moons. While we assess where life could exist, agencies are also securing the power sources needed to reach those destinations. New facilities are advancing the supply chain for plutonium-238, the radioisotope that powers spacecraft on long-duration missions beyond the inner solar system. The effort focuses on reliable fuel production for future probes that cannot rely on solar arrays. European agencies aim to reduce dependence on external sources for these power systems. Next milestones include qualification testing of the new production process. With power systems progressing, launch capacity for those missions is also scaling up. The European Space Agency set the next Ariane 6 launch for June 17th in its most powerful configuration to date. Flight VA-269 will carry 36 satellites for Amazon's Project Kuiper constellation. The rocket's upgraded boosters will deliver greater payload capacity than earlier flights. Engineers completed final checks on the vehicle and ground systems ahead of the window. A Falcon 9 lifted off at 1540 UTC on June 3rd, carrying the latest batch of Starlink satellites from Vandenberg Space Force Base. Deployment occurred into a polar orbit to expand coverage over higher latitudes. While rockets carry new hardware, existing orbiters continue returning fresh data from Mars. NASA leaders discuss recent operations and science results from the MAVEN orbiter during a public live stream. The mission has tracked atmospheric loss at Mars for more than a decade. Data show how solar wind strips gases from the upper atmosphere over time. The update covered instrument health after years in orbit. Future reports will detail seasonal changes in the Martian exosphere. Mars observations sit alongside new high-resolution views of much more distant objects. A pair of black holes appears in a single frame captured by a ground-based observatory, confirming they share a common galactic environment. Their proximity allows direct comparison of accretion signatures and surrounding gas dynamics. The detection adds a new data point to models of black hole pairing inside galaxies. In a separate finding, a triple star system stands out as one of the best studied stellar trios, because all 3 stars eclipse one another from our line of sight. Long-term photometry has mapped the precise orbital periods that produce these overlapping events. The geometry lets astronomers measure individual stellar radii and temperatures with unusual accuracy. Professional detections are matched by striking amateur results closer to home. An astrophotographer assembled a view of the LEO triplet from more than 60 hours of exposure data collected on a residential balcony. The image captures the gravitationally bound LEO triplet system in unprecedented detail. Processing combined multiple nights of light to highlight faint structures across the galaxy group. The result demonstrates how dedicated amateur equipment can resolve large-scale cosmic features from urban locations. After deep sky targets, the week also offered easy naked-eye viewing closer in. Bright Venus and Jupiter pass through conjunction this week in the western sky after sunset. Venus and Jupiter appear close together while Mercury climbs higher each evening. Observers can track the changing separations with binoculars or the naked eye from mid-northern latitudes. The alignment offers repeated opportunities to compare the planet's brightness and colors against the twilight glow. No special equipment is required beyond clear western horizons. Mercury, Pollux, and Castor remain visible nearby in the same twilight sky. Observers can track the changing separation each evening through June 14th. The geometry offers a clear view of the two brightest planets from northern latitudes. Finally, routine Earth observation imagery reminds us how satellites support daily awareness. The Copernicus Sentinel-2 image captures the capital of Azerbaijan, host of this year's World Environment Day celebrations. Sentinel-2's multispectral data reveal urban layout and surrounding coastal features. The view highlights how satellite monitoring supports environmental awareness events. That covers today's space and science news. Before we go, keep an eye on the June 17th Ariane 6 flight as it tests expanded commercial capacity for outer solar system missions. That covers today's space and science news. Share this with a fellow space enthusiast if you found it interesting. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. See you tomorrow. And before you go, this show is part of the NOAA Network, a family of daily podcasts covering tech, science, markets, and more. If you enjoyed today's episode, give Tesla Shorts Time a listen, your daily deep dive into everything Tesla. You can explore the whole lineup at neuranetwork.com. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.
Drifting softly through